did you find this?
Welcome to the Illest Chicks, where you'll find the illest shit, illest finds, illest talk, illest finds. Did I say that already?
You said that. That's cool.
Okay.
We're bringing you the illest shit.
And that's all that matters. So, I'd also like to give a warm welcome to all my people uptown, downtown, in town, and out of town. Maybe I should have did that. However, welcome to our channel. I'm Tarika.
And I'm Kels.
And together, we're the Illest Chicks. So,
today, I'm gonna bring a black find, and I forgot it in my car. But I can start with this. I have a couple of them. So we have our drinks on these lovely coasters in the shape of Africa. Love Africa.
they hold your drink up really nice.
Yes. The name of the company
is the Little African Cup Holder Company.
Shoot. It is drawn in blank. It is drawn in blank
today. Y'all see that?
Oh my goodness. That really drew blank.
It's okay, friend. We still got
I'll post
46
it.
minutes left.
I'll post the name of the company where I got these coasters from
in the description box.
Yes, I'll put the website. I will say I love my coasters. I want more. They take a little while because she makes them by hand. Once you order them, she makes them by hand. She does different color schemes, and I love my coasters. So I'm gonna eventually get some more. They take a little while to get to you though, so just be prepared for that, and don't get upset. You will get them. And even if you reach out to her, she will respond. Did you just roll your eyes?
Yeah, that's what people that just. Because in my mind, it was, I ain't nobody got a long time ago. You could wait.
Yeah, especially if you're supporting a sister that's doing something by hand.
And she ain't trying to get you. She responds and everything. So y'all just be cool.
How y'all be cool?
All right.
So that is the black find of the day. We'll try to bring you more of those from time to time. Just different stuff that we find. It can range from food to products to pieces to cup holders or
to drinks,
everything.
To everything, snacks.
Yep. So we'll be doing that on this channel. Try to big up different and promote different businesses and brands and things of that nature, because you may not be aware that they exist. So that's the ill find, the ill black find of this week. And on to the subject at hand. It'll be the title of this video. We will be discussing child support. This is a subject that you wanted to talk about.
It is. It's a very sensitive subject for a lot of people. It's a sensitive subject for me because I'm not going to say it's a sensitive subject for me. However, I have been on and seen both sides of the spectrum. Let me just say that. The part that I've been on, growing up, my father was always there. I never had to look for my dad. I never had any issues with my father being a father to his children. Like, when we needed him, he was there. If he felt like that it was unimportant, we weren't going to get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he made us work. We had to work for what we wanted. You know what I mean? But, he took care of us. He paid child support. He helped to pay bills on top of that in the house. He also bought us our clothes, our shoes, and he bought food for the house when we were growing up.
So let me just, basically you're saying not only did he pay child support, he also
did other things too.
Gave money on top of the
child support. He did. Whether
it was in the form of actual cash or
just making sure we had.
Yeah.
My father always made sure we had on top of the child support. The child support was for my mother to use. And if we called him and said we didn't have food, he bought us food. If we called him and said we needed lunch money, he bought us lunch money. Now, my father will bring us our lunch money in the beginning of the week, and he tell you, you spend the shit up, you gonna be hungry till you get home. And then that was just that. And that part was just trying to teach us to be responsible. I got that. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, that was just him making us responsible. You know, to learn how to hold on to our money for what we needed it for. You know.
Let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Did your dad ever complain about the extra that he did for y'all?
Never. No, never.
Because do you think that he felt it was kind of his duty?
Certain things. Now, I will tell you this. My father started off doing a whole lot when him and my parents had split up. I saw, like, he was doing a whole lot. And when I say about a whole lot, he was paying the rent. We needed food, put food, buying our clothes. When we didn't have a phone, he put a phone in the house. He paid the cable bill every month so we could have television and stuff to watch, you know.
Can I ask him about it? And let me know if this is too personal. Let me write it down first.
But when
did he have to pay that? I just know that.
No.
Okay.
Not that I know of.
Okay.
Not that I know of. He did not. No.
Okay.
She asked if my father had to pay alimony. If he did, I don't know anything about that. But I did know about the child support because my father would bring that check faithfully every week. And if we weren't home, I remember a couple times walking in, my mother always kept a cake plate on her table. I remember a couple times walking in and the check was sitting on the cake plate. You know what I'm saying? Or he would take the top off of it, put the check in there, and that would be that. You know what I'm saying? So faithfully, there were no excuses for him. He made none. Except for one time, he did get a little petty. And he did. He got a little petty, and I know it was because his feelings was hurt. You know what I'm saying? Every child should know, and he's human. But even in between him not paying it, he still did for us. Right. He still made sure we had food. He still made sure we had what we needed. Let me just say that. You know what I'm saying? I stress food because I remember him vividly most of the time putting food in the house. But my father was doing a whole lot in the beginning, and then as time started going on, like my father had his own bills. You know what I'm saying? And I really feel like that paying for 2 houses, you know, started to take a toll on him. So he started, you know, making my mother responsible for certain things. When she needed help, he would help her.
Was she working when
yes.
you first started?
Yes.
Paying child support?
Yes.
Okay.
My mother was working. One point in time, she did quit because I had gotten sick.
Okay.
I had started, my stomach kept hurting me. That's when I had the issues with my gallbladder. So my mother had ended up stopped working so that she could be home because she kept getting called home all the time when I got sick. And she was home for a little while. And then when I started getting better and she felt comfortable enough to go back, that's what she did. She went back. You know what I'm saying? But there were things that were made easy on the household. It's just other things, you know, as far as the household was concerned, it's just, that's a whole nother story. And, you know what I'm saying, I'm not going to get into. However, my father, he did his part. He did his part as our father. Weekends would come, he would call us, Turka, you don't want me ready? I'm coming to get y'all. You know, I'll be there at so-and-so time. We never had to wait for him. He was never late. Ever.
This is amazing. Guess
what? I'm so serious.
They don't make them.
You know, my father never kept us waiting.
I'm not saying there's none out there. I'm not going to say that. I will not bash every guy.
Yeah, because I know that there's some out there too that tries.
Or female, because there's females that are on child support for whatever reason. And so There's always an exception to the rule. However, all of the things that you just stated, to me, sounds like a father and an ex-husband.
Yeah.
Doing,
What
he was supposed to do as a man.
He selected up some, but he still paid that phone bill every month, so he can get in touch with his children. He still paid the cable bill, so my brother could lay back on the couch and watch his TV, because I was outside most of the time.
Yeah, and certain things, like now, outside looking in, that was a little more than he had to do for me.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't expect that. And if he ever said, no, I'm not doing that no more, I would understand. Like, as a,
yeah, my father did not.
However,
he did not.
These guys these days complain about the minimum payments they have to make for a child that they made. I'm not going to say every guy, and this is another subject, but I'm not going to say every guy willingly made a child and him having to pay child support. Let me pause this real quick. All right, so before we were interrupted, what was I saying? Okay, so the guys these days, they cry about everything. In my personal beliefs and what I've seen online and what I've heard and what I've experienced, they complain about the minimum payment that they have to make, which is not 50% of the child's bills, by the way. Because if we did 50%, based on the amount of bedrooms that a single mother has to pay for, the rent is more. Based on the BG&E bill, or gas and electric, let me say that, because everybody doesn't have BG&E. Based on the gas and electric bill, water,
food, you know what I'm saying? And if you get food stamps, sometimes that still ain't enough. Especially when you got kids that eat like they're never going to eat ever again in life.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? And then
the supplements that people feel like people get from the government, they really think people are like really scamming and getting rich for it. Now, does it exist? Yes, it does. However, back to child support. The amount of money that is given to a parent for child support, the single or the parent that's the custodial parent,
right?
The custodial parent is not 50% of the child's bills. It's not. It's not. And they base it off of the father's income. That's all they base it off of. Like, I think they may take an account. They take into account daycare. But I think that's it. Insurance is meaning like you can carry them on your insurance, or if the mother is already carrying them,
then you don't have to.
Then I don't think there's nothing that a percentage. Now, someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe that there's like a percentage that they calculate into that.
Well, I don't think it's a percentage that they calculate. I wasn't thinking that. It was more so along the lines of, is there something that can be ordered?
Yeah, they can make the father carry that. They'll ask them, do you pay for your insurance, or you have insurance for your job? They ask them something like that. It's been a little while. What?
Just take your arms off the table.
Why?
Because when you talk, it does that. Because you be using your hands.
Okay. Yeah. So, I believe that they ask, like, what do they have insurance on their job? If they say yes, I think they give the father the opportunity to carry the child, or they tell them to carry the child, one or the other. And
see, that was another thing.
if they carry the child on their insurance, I want to say they may not have to pay as much monthly. That's what I want to say. I'm not 100% sure. Or it might be the same and they just carry them on their insurance.
I believe it's the same because my father, if I'm not mistaken, my father was ordered to do that as well.
Okay, so it may not make a difference then, but I think they either tell them that you can do that part, and a lot of times that's because they don't want the mother to carry them through the state, because a lot of times that's the case. That's what happens a lot of times, or just to have the option of having both for the child. It might be that as well. I'm not when it comes to the insurance part. Don't quote me on that. However, the order that they do for men is not 50% of the child's expenses. It's just not. It's based on their income. So now, if a father has zero income and wants to come in there saying, "I don't have a job," the courts say, "Well, you take care of yourself. So figure it out how you're gonna take care of your child. There's a minimum payment that they still have to make, because how you out here in these streets." You making children, but you're not working,
or want to work, and then when time comes when the child support hit, you quit, so you don't have to pay it. That's the kind of effing stuff I'm talking about.
Well, I don't know. I feel like guys really cry and complain about child support, and it's not. It ain't that. Like, if you're making a good amount of money, why wouldn't you want your child to also have a good living?
And not only just that, why not just do the right thing from jump and just take care of your child?
That's
now, I know I know there's men out here that does that. Yeah, that will.
A lot.
You know what I'm saying? And it'll be y'all bitter ass women out here saying how you going to take them off of child support because you mad.
And you think you're going to get more money from child support.
And most of the time you don't. And you just don't
it backfires.
Yes,
because you got a guy that's willing
to pay everything and even probably help to take care of you too.
That's right.
But because you mad,
because y'all not together,
yeah,
or because he's moved on with somebody else, not necessarily because y'all not, just because you see him happy with somebody else, or I don't know, you just a bitter female. I don't understand that. For a guy that was actually taking care of his children, or children.
But
like, what is the purpose of you now going to child support? What do you think you're gonna get from them? Now I will say this: in some instances, if you get certain benefits from the state, they will require you to file a child support to file child support.
Right.
There's ways around that, but they do make you do that. So for all the men out there who think that females are just doing it, just even when they're taking care of their child, if you don't have good communication with the mother of your child or children, you wouldn't know that it's a requirement for certain benefits. Mm-hmm. They make you do that. So that's that on that. But these guys, I even see where they comment, you'll see a famous person like Diddy. He was ordered to pay a certain amount of money in child support because he's a millionaire. Like, is he not supposed to pay? Is his children not supposed to live a certain type of way because he don't want? Like, I don't understand it. Like,
the thing with that is that people will look and it'll be some broke ass people that don't make Diddy money. I'm not gonna say broke, but I'll take that back. That, you know, you're not making Diddy money,
right?
You know, it'll be a dude that'll look and be like, yo, this chick was getting $10,000 a month or $25,000 a month, and you mean to tell me now she ain't got no money and she ain't this and she ain't that?
Whole time she's making her own bag,
right?
Like, she's in her bag,
exactly,
making her own money, and that money that she's getting from them is paying for school, because you know they ain't going to the public school. Whatever other expenses come with children, just whatever.
The thing about it is, even if she ain't, making her own bag for herself, even if she's not. Okay? Even if she's not.
I agree.
So what? He still made these children.
That's right.
And it's still his responsibility to take care of them. It is her responsibility too. You understand what I'm saying? It is her responsibility too. But while he out making sure she get this 25 G's a month, what you think she home trying to do?
Right. She's taking care of her children, which is a priceless.
You know what I'm saying? And not only that, because, you know, Diddy got his kids' name. I don't know what he was doing before. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know Diddy. But I'm just talking about people of that stature. You don't know. It's just like the whole thing with T.I. and Tiny. How when she wanted to finally get on and go to work and he didn't want her to do it. He said, okay, we had an agreement. If I'm making the money, you home with the kids. You feel what I'm saying? Granted, yeah, they married, but it's what people don't understand is it's still work. Mm-hmm. Being home with the children is still work. Mm-hmm. I've had to do it a few times. You know what I'm saying?
If you don't think so, do it.
Most men.
If you don't think that it's work, be home, make all the doctor's appointments, take them to practice, pick them up, take them to the doctor's appointments, pick them up, get up in the middle of the night when they're sick, check all types of stuff.
And you know something? I was so tired of pulling teeth. Because I was home. I was the one that was home. I wasn't working away. So when their teeth got loose, I had to pull their teeth out. I got tired of that. I started putting a string on the door and around their teeth and just slamming the fucking door shut and making it happen. I got tired of all of that. Okay?
But it's little things. It's anything.
Brushing their teeth.
Yeah.
Cooking
teach them how to wipe their asses.
I mean, I ain't no problem with that because you're not going to be walking around me with no...
It's
with
not
no
that I have a problem. I'm just saying that that's a thing. Like, the littlest things that people... Teaching a child how to tie their shoe?
People think that being an at-home mother is not work. That is work too. So 10% of that $25,000 Diddy was sending to him, or whoever was sending to, she deserved all of that.
Absolutely.
And that's just that.
And a lot of times you'll see people. I mean, like I know someone personally. Know someone who was married, had children. They went through their divorce. He wanted to be a father. I don't think he paid child support. But her thing was 7 days in a week, 3.5 of them days, you have your children. Mm-hmm. Another 3.5, I'll have them. If we gonna co-parent, we gonna co-parent.
And we gonna make it equal.
That's right. And, you know, you got these guys, they pay $140 in a month.
And then don't pick their kids up. Don't want to go see their kids.
And when they do, where your bag at? For what?
What bag? I get $104 a month. What bag? You should have a bag over there.
Absolutely. If you have clothes at your house for your child that's too small, you don't get your child enough.
Or at least ask questions. Do that. That's all you gotta do. Ask questions.
You don't get your child
enough. They wear?
You don't get your child enough.
You know.
Because you should be seeing your child growing right in front of your eyes. Like, dang, those jeans I just bought you don't fit no more. Time to take you shopping to get some more. Like, it's just certain things. Now, of course, children are going to have their favorites. So this might be something over their mother's house. I like that shirt. Dad don't really, I mean, I got things over there, but I really want, that's not a thing. I mean, like an issue, not for me. Like, I don't care. However, I don't, like, all your clothes should end up over your father's house. And now I'm buying a whole bunch, another new wardrobe. Like, that's not fair. But little things. My son grew
like
how many inches?
I don't even know. Like,
I bought him some jeans, I want to say in like August or September. By December, he had a good 3 inches.
Oh, he had a grown man's freak. That dude is so down. He went from like this to this.
And he's 11. Mm-hmm. He's taller than me.
So yeah, the child support, for one, is for the house. Because if she take the child support and start buying clothes and shoes and shit, and the lights get cut off, you're going to be wondering what she doing with the money. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I didn't know a lot until I started seeing my friends as single parents, my sisters as single parents, you know, doing the best that they can to try to raise their children. Because like me, I'm on the other side. I never had that problem. On top of going into a marriage, you know, and my children, my husband takes care of our children.
He's a provider.
Yeah, he takes care of them. Like when he see they need shoes, he get them. When he see they need clothes, he get them. Well, not now, because they all grown now. My youngest is 17, our oldest is 22. So all of our children we got 3 children, they're all working now. So they get their own clothes for the most part. But, you know, when they were coming up, he made sure that they had. There was no, I can remember every night him calling home asking what they had to eat. And I think one time I told him I gave them like peanut butter and jelly because I was just so tired. I had worked all day. I did not feel like cooking. I still had to get baths, do homework, all that other stuff. And then struggle with the youngest one because he never wanted to do his work and would tell me because I didn't feel like it. Like, it was just a lot. You know, and one night I think I gave them peanut butter and jelly and chips or something, or noodles and something for dinner. My husband let me have it when he came home. Literally, he told me, he said, "Don't ever do that to them again. They need to have something to eat before they lay down and go to sleep." So,
well, I'm gonna say, this is another thing I want to say. A lot of times, child support in the world of where I live at, I mean, people I know. A lot of times, child support is just payback for the money the mother already spent.
She's always said that. I have always heard you say that. You'll be like, I already spent all my money.
It comes once or twice a month, most of the time once, and the child needed well before the 15th or the whatever date it is. They needed so, and they got what they needed. So now, thank you for the reimbursement. That's all that is.
And don't 2-3 months later, when you want to bring up, oh, you walk around looking all fly, this, that, and the third. First of all, I bought him some damn shoes, or I bought their shoes so and so time when you gave me the money for it. They don't stop fucking growing just at that one time that you gave me this money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't compare the two.
And you don't know what bill I didn't pay, so I could or I had to put something down on it.
So they can walk back up and forth back into a home. Because what would you rather have? Would you rather them have a nice home and some whatever shoes on their feet, or some real nice shoes on their feet and they got to walk around outside? Which one would you rather have? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to pick and choose, and sometimes it means something else over your child, but it's for your child's well-being.
That's right.
It's for the child's well-being. You know what I'm saying? So don't look at me because I got my hair done, or I might have got me a pair of shoes, some shit I ain't had in like 2-3 years. Because I've always had to make sure that our children had. And the little money that you are bringing in, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to sound ungrateful, because every little bit helps and counts. However, don't judge me or my household, because especially if you over there and all you doing is sending money, you don't know what's going on.
That's right, and you need to keep your mouth shut, because all that I just don't understand the dudes that have so much to say and contribute the least, or don't contribute at all,
or will say, "Oh, hold on, I ain't even done. Hold on, this is a whole nother thing." I remember a guy where I used to work at. He got custody of his son. Because you know why he said what he said? He said to me, he said, "I'd be damned if I'm going to pay child support to his mother and she got 2 other children by somebody else."
And there's a lot of guys that don't do that because they're so lazy, and that's what I'm going to call it. The courts don't just work for women. I know y'all want to believe that, y'all want to say that and all that. I have family members who went to court, and guess why they have custody of their children and their men is because they followed through. It's called follow through. But you can't file a petition or whatever to do this and do that and then don't follow through. You know the shit that we go through when we have to get when we even do child support. If you don't send in certain things, they close the case. They don't care. Like, it's not a let's go after these people. I'm not saying that at one time it wasn't an instance where, you know, it's trying to break up homes or whatever. People believe that or whatever. But it's not just, child support is just not a black person's thing. I hope y'all know that. It's a lot of white people or all other people who they get a pretty coin, and some of them use that purposely. So there's a clear record of what they're doing every month or what they have to do every month. Some people do it on purpose. Everybody that's on child support is not because of a bitter person. It's not.
No, it's not. My thing with that though, with the one guy was just, to me, like, I mean, I know they are there, but what if they weren't? You would have still would have got custody of your child, like, or would you have just left them there because there wasn't 2 other children? You still would have had to pay that money either way.
He did it for selfish reasons.
You know, so that was my thing.
But she allowed it.
She couldn't fight. She didn't have what he had, the resources that he had to fight. That's how he won, and that's another thing. These men will go up in there and they'll lie, and they'll say they only got this and they only got that, and then as soon as they want to do something like that, the child always, in most cases, end up going with the father. Well, where did all this extra money come from that you said you didn't have? To do all this fighting so for you to have a child.
It comes from follow through. A person will put forth the effort for whatever they want to put forth the effort for.
And I see that. And also, I mean, for me, you ain't got to fight me. You want your child, I'm gonna give them to you. You the parent. I'm not passing my kid off to no damn aunt or no cousin. And you their father. So you want them here, go ahead. And if you can do a better job than I did, or than what I'm doing, then you do that. You do just that. But don't call me. Don't be trying to send them back. I mean, I'll take them back, but I'm taking back when I get ready. Okay? That's how I'm going to do it. You want them? You wanted them because you could do better. So you go ahead on. And you do that. You take that. Take that. That's what you did.
And then all the things that I told you before, don't call me saying, I didn't know.
But I tried to tell you.
Oh, you did.
I tried to tell you. We don't have to fight. You're the parents. You can have them. Take them. Raise them. Do better than I'm doing. I'm not going to be mad. I'm not, because you're their parent.
That's right.
You're their parents, and that's fine with me. So I don't care. You know, my kids are grown now, but my husband would have never had to fight. That's a whole nother video, custody. Yeah, custody. But back to this whole child support thing. Niggas pay child support. They just pay child support if you got paid too.
And bitches.
I said bitches. I ain't want to say the whole thing.
But you said niggas.
Niggas, bitches, bitch, niggas, nigga, bitches. Whatever. Just pay it.
Yeah, just pay it. But also with payment, go see your child.
Go see your child too. And I'm going to tell you something. What a child is going to always remember is you being a...
That was weird. The video stopped, y'all, so excuse us. What were you saying though?
Just pay your child support. That's it.
Yeah, no, definitely do
I'm
that.
trying to, or if you can't, come around. You know, just make yourself useful in some kind of way. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Stop crying about the child support.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna say. A lot of times, if you're having sex, and it's a possibility that the person can get pregnant, there's a possibility that a child will be born. So all this talk about whatever the talk is about, just know the possibility of a child being born, there's a possibility of a child.
And if you don't want those problems, pick and choose wisely. Okay?
This is for the men. Because I'm going to say this.
Women too.
I'm going to say this in regards to that. Men put on a facade. They will tell you everything you want to hear. They will show you everything you want to see. And then you're pregnant and you're like, who's this nigga? This is not who.
Okay, I understand that.
And a lot of times, I'm going to say this though. I will say this. A lot of times that happens early.
I mean,
so if you really should be taking the time to get to know someone in all areas of their life, pay attention to the cues, the little shit.
Yeah, like when you talking to a dude and they always got some shit to say about who they was with or they baby mamas, and they always talking about them and putting them down and shit like that. 9 times out of 10, they was the problem.
Or
That's
you're
first and
watching
foremost.
something and they make a little comment, you like, what you said? And you know you heard what they said. You just want them to repeat it. Pay attention. People really do kind of show you who they are early, but it's us that's, and we give them 1,000 excuses and reasons why he ain't being like that. She don't normally be like that, but there's a possibility that they can be that.
Right.
So therefore, yeah, just be more mindful of like the little shit.
And
Pay
ladies,
attention.
you see a man and you dating a man and he doing just like what I just said. And he got all these children, and it's always my baby mama, my baby mama, my baby mama.
Don't get pregnant by him. Don't. You're not going to change.
Y'all can have fun trying all you want.
You're not going to change
whatever you
him.
do,
he has to want to change for himself. Not for
right.
you.
You can't change.
Not for no children.
And if you with him, and you know he got these kids, and you not doing nothing to try to encourage him to be the man he's supposed to be and the father that he's supposed to be, and show them, you just as messed up as his ass is, and y'all belongs together. But when you get pregnant and have these kids,
don't be on YouTube or live on
going
Facebook,
off,
and you saw the error of his ways previously.
but because you wasn't on that side of the fence, you didn't care. Karma is a mother effer.
Yes, it is.
And she'll show you better than she can teach you.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
So,
yeah, so just
that's that.
when it comes to child support,
Just pay the shit. Okay. That's it.
stop crying. If you want to do something about it, you can.
Yeah, just pay it.
Follow through.
Go to work.
You said just pay it.
And pay it.
If you feel like you're paying too much, I don't know anybody that makes that much money.
Besides Diddy.
And I don't know Diddy. So again, I don't know anybody who makes that much money. If your child support seems to be carrying a load on you, maybe some of the things you do in your regular life needs to chill out. Maybe you need to sacrifice for the sake of your child.
Maybe.
Because
just maybe if you do right from jump and communicate, ladies, this means you too.
That's
and
right.
not that hollering and shit and no.
Choose
like
your battles wisely.
Right. Choose your battles wisely, that's right. Let the man do what he gonna do. If he ain't doing shit, then you do what you gotta do.
But threaten him first. Don't just do it. Threaten. Because he might be like, you know what, I ain't got time to play with this bitch. Let me go ahead and do what I'm supposed to do.
The thing is, if I gotta do that, then I might as well just go on downtown.
No.
I'm not threatening nobody. You know what the fuck going on. Do what you're supposed to do. If I'm asking you and you're not gonna do it and you still aren't doing it, I'm gonna keep asking you. I'm gonna keep asking you nicely. And when you don't, and you still don't, and you won't,
I'm not that person.
a
lot of times I ask.
I can't do all that.
You heard me the first time. If I ask again, that's because I really needed it. But there's no third time.
My third time will be the last time.
It's I don't do that.
And I still ain't gonna be like, if I gotta go downtown on your ass, then I'm not doing that. The third time will be the last time. The third time will be, because there's phases to it. Like she said, I'm gonna talk to you the first time. I'm gonna ask you the second time. The third time, I'm gonna get a little ratchet. Still ain't gonna threaten you though. After that third time, there's nothing I'm supposed to talk about. And then I'm not going to tell you so you can leave from wherever the fuck you at. And then when I try to serve you with these papers, I can't. No, we're going to be friends until then. Because you can't say, I didn't know, or I wasn't there, or no, you're not going to make shit harder for me. I'm just going to keep talking to you. I'm going to be like, look, I'm asking you to help me because I need your help. I'm not going to go no further than that. When you don't, I'm going to go downtown. Downtown going to come uptown. And then we going to meet around in town. And we going to figure it out that way. Because then I'll get your attention. You'll be calling me. Why the fuck you do this? Why you this? Why you that? What you mean why? I was trying to communicate with you on a civil level.
Respectful level.
Yeah. I'm trying to respect you as a man even though you ain't shit for not taking care of your kids. I still didn't disrespect you in that way. So here we go.
Now we're doing it the way that you never wanted it to be.
Now we're going downtown. And not like the SWV song.
So.
That time has come and passed.
Well, on that note, in the comment section, feel free to leave a comment, what you feel, how you feel, if you agree, if you disagree. Just go ahead and let's start a healthy communication. Again, we didn't say we didn't say all, so let's be very clear. Understand words mean something. Understand that. And just be respectful in the comments. Just say what you gotta say.
You gotta be respectful.
Wow.
Because we're going to weed out the angry, the ones that don't do what they're supposed to do.
Healthy communication is key. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and end this video on that note. To all our fly, dope, cool, saucy, ill fam, we're going to end this on...
Y'all be cool like how y'all be cool, alright? Peace. And pay your damn child support.
That was weird. The video stopped, y'all, so excuse us. What were you saying though?
Just pay your child support. That's it.
Yeah,
no,
definitely.
I'm trying to. Or if you can't, come around. You know, just make yourself useful in some kind of way. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Stop crying about the child support.
Yeah,
that's what I'm gonna say. A lot of times. If you're, I forgot. If you're having sex, and it's a possibility that the person can get pregnant, there's a possibility that a child will be born. So all this talk about whatever the talk is about, just know the possibility of a child being born, there's a possibility of a child.
And if you don't want those problems, pick and choose wisely. Okay?
This is for the men. Because I'm going to say this.
Women too.
I'm going to say this in regards to that. Men put on a facade. They will tell you everything you want to hear. They will show you everything you want to see. And then you're pregnant and you're like, who's this nigga? This is not who.
Okay. I understand that.
And a lot of times, I'm going to say this though. I will say this. A lot of times that happens early.
I mean,
so if you really should be taking the time to get to know someone in all areas of their life, pay attention to the cues, the little shit.
Yeah, like when you talking to a dude and they always got some shit to say about who they was with or they baby mamas and they always talking about them and putting them down and shit like that. 9 times out of 10, they was the problem.
Or if you're watching something and they make a little comment, you like, what you said? And you know you heard what they said. You just wanted to repeat it. Pay attention. People really do kind of show you who they are early, but it's us And we give him 1,000 excuses and reasons why he ain't being it like that. She don't normally be like that. But there's a possibility that they can be that.
Right.
So therefore, yeah, just be more mindful of like the little shit.
And
Pay
ladies,
attention.
you see a man and you dating a man and he doing just like what I just said. And he got all these children. And it's always my baby mama, my baby mama, my baby mama.
Don't get pregnant by him. Don't.
You're
You're
not
not going to change
Y'all can
him.
have fun trying all you want.
You're not going to
But
change
whatever you
him. He has to want to change for
Yeah.
himself.
That's
Not for
right.
you.
You can't change
Not
him.
for no children.
And if you with him and you know he got these kids and you not doing nothing to try to encourage him to be the man he's supposed to be and the father that he's supposed to be and show them, you just as messed up as his ass is, and y'all belongs together. But when you get pregnant and have these kids,
don't be on YouTube or live on
going
Facebook,
off,
and you saw the error of his ways previously.
but because
Never mind.
you wasn't on that side of the fence, you didn't care. Karma is a mother effer.
Yes, it is.
And she'll show you better, she can teach you.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
So,
Yeah, so just
that's it.
when it comes to child support,
Just pay the shit. Okay. That's it.
stop crying. If you want to do something about it, you can.
Yeah, just pay it.
Follow through.
Go to work
You said just pay it.
and pay it.
If you feel like you're paying too much, I don't know anybody that makes that much money.
Besides
Listen.
Diddy.
And I don't know Diddy. So again, I don't know anybody who makes that much money. If your child support seems to be carrying a load on you, maybe some of the things you do in your regular life needs to chill out. Maybe you need to sacrifice for the sake of your child.
Maybe.
Because
Just maybe
we do
if
it all
you do
the time.
right from jump and communicate, ladies, this means you too.
That's
and
right.
not that hollering and shit and no.
choose
like
your battles wisely.
right. Choose your battles wisely, that's right. Let the man do what he gonna do. If he ain't doing shit, then you do what you gotta do.
But threaten him first. Don't just do it. Threaten. Because he might be like, you know what, I ain't got time to play with this bitch. Let me go ahead and do what I'm supposed to do.
The thing is, if I gotta do that, then I might as well just go on downtown.
No.
I'm not threatening nobody. You know what the fuck going on. Do what you're supposed to do. If I'm asking you and you're not gonna do it and you still aren't doing it, I'm gonna keep asking you. I'm gonna keep asking you nicely. And the more, and when you don't, and you still don't, and you won't,
I'm not that person.
I
A lot of times I ask.
can't do all that.
You heard me the first time. If I ask again, that's because I really needed it. But there's no third time.
My third time will be the last time.
It's I don't do that.
And I still ain't gonna be like,
But
if I
that's
gotta
just
go
me.
downtown with
That's
your ass, then I will. I'm not doing that. The third time will be the last time. The third time will be, because there's phases to it. Like she said, I'm gonna talk to you the first time. I'm gonna ask you the second time. The third time, I'm gonna get a little ratchet. Still ain't gonna threaten you though. After that third time, there's nothing else for us to talk about. And then I'm not gonna tell you so you can leave from wherever the fuck you at. And then when I try to serve you with these papers, I can't. No, we're gonna be friends until then. Because you can't say I didn't know, or I wasn't there, or no, you're not gonna make shit harder for me. I'm just gonna keep talking to you. I'm gonna be like, look, I'm asking you to help me because I need your help. I'm not gonna go no further than that. When you don't, I'm gonna go downtown. Downtown gonna come uptown, and then we gonna meet around in town, and we gonna figure it out that way. Cause then I'll get your attention. You'll be calling me. Why the fuck you do this? Why you this? Why you that? What you mean why? I was trying to communicate with you on a civil level.
Respectful level.
Yeah. I'm trying to respect you as a man even though you ain't shit for not taking care of your kids. I still didn't disrespect you in that way. So here we go.
Now we're doing it the way that you never wanted it to be.
Now we're going downtown. And not like the SWV song.
So,
That time has come and passed.
well, on that note, in the comment section, feel free to leave a comment, what you feel, how you feel, if you agree, if you disagree. Just go ahead and let's start a healthy communication. Again, we didn't say we didn't say all, so let's be very clear. Understand words mean something. Understand that. And just be respectful in the comments. Just say what you gotta say.
You gotta be respectful.
Well,
because we're gonna weed out the angry, the ones that don't do what they're supposed to do.
Healthy communication is key. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and end this video on that note. To all our fly, dope, cool, saucy, ill fam, we're gonna end this on
y'all be cool like how y'all be cool, alright? Peace. And pay your damn child support.